every student we serve. Where innovation meets tradition, our students excel in welcoming safe, state-of-the-art facilities. A traditional public school district, Lawrence Township boasts a 95% graduation rate. On the court and in the arts, our students excel. Join the Lawrence Township family, where learners thrive, surrounded by values that resonate with home. Lawrence Township, your destination for a brighter future.
If your son or daughter is into hoops, you need to know Unranked. Unranked is Indy's first Euro Academy. Real training, real development from the best trainers and coaches. Visit Unranked at unrnkd.com. Unranked, the Nike grassroots basketball program.
Our national anthem for this evening's contest. Caleb Gillock is our public address announcer for tonight's contest. We will introduce you to the entirety of the rosters. We will start with the junior all-stars who are clad in blue tonight. Again, the players that you will see this evening: Kenzie Cook from Eastern Hancock, 25.5 points a contest. Hallie Schmiedemann from Jay County. She is coming off a fantastic softball season where she had 51 runs batted in for Jay County. Pretty good basketball player as well. And she is set to join her older sister in a couple of years playing at St. Francis in the Crossroads League. Courtney Matthew of Rensselaer Central. She'll wear number 5 tonight. She's headed to play at Illinois State. Again, with a year left to go. She was part of a Rensselaer Central squad that were the runners-up in 2A a season ago. Claire Larison, one of the players that played on Sunday. She plays for Coach Simpson from Greensburg, who is here sitting in front of us. Claire was part of the 3A state finals as a sophomore, averaged 21 points a game as a junior, and she too is headed to Ball State to play in a season. Paige Schnaus of Gibson Southern, averaged 20.9 points a game for Gibson Southern. Again, part of a group that went to the 4A semi-state as a sophomore, part of a group that won a 3A championship as a freshman at Gibson Southern. Linda Graves of McCutcheon, she is back from Sunday afternoon's contest. She averaged 17 points a game for the McCutcheon Mavericks last year. Kyla Patterson was a rebounding machine on Sunday against Kentucky. The Hammond Morton Governor, senior to be, averaging 26 points a contest. Again, Lily Scholl and Hannah Menser both injured, unavailable to play in tonight's game, but both are here, which is great to see. Carly Schrader of Northview, 5'9", averaging 17 points a contest. Peyton Duvall of Franklin Central, 6'3" and 12 points a game. Elliot Leffler of the 3A runners-up in Roncalli gets to play in tonight's contest at 5'9", 19 points a contest. And Ada Hupfer returns from Sunday's game as well. The Pendleton Heights senior to be is 6'3" and averages 20.5 points a contest. That is Lisa Finn that you see talking up Tim Cody, one of our officials for tonight's contest. That is Andy Heim, that is to her left. Andy, the coach of the 3A champion Belmont Braves from back at the end of February. Now these senior all-stars are being introduced, and they're counting them down, so I'll go the same direction. Lanaya Davis from Marquette Catholic led her team to a 1A runner-up finish 2 seasons ago as a sophomore. She is joined by Kamari Booker. Those two will play for a school now headed to the Horizon League in Northern Illinois. Kamari, part of the #1 ranked team at Pike, and was ousted from the regional round this year. Brooklyn Wren of Silver Creek, she's headed to play at Kansas, averaged 21 points a contest. She is joined by Lanaya Wills of LaPel. The all-time leading rebounder in the state is Lanaya. She's going to play for the Butler Bulldogs, and Maria Marquesano coming up this season. We talked about Maya Epps in the pregame. Good to see her out there. Brooke Zartman, one of 2 Warsaw Tigers that are playing in tonight's game. They were the runners-up in 4A last season. Brooke going to play at Miami, Ohio. Her teammate at Warsaw, Jocelyn Bricker, going to play at Indiana Wesleyan. One of 2 players headed to play at IWU. The player on your screen now is the other. That is Vanessa Rossworm, who got to play in 3 consecutive state championship games, won 1 of them at Norwell in 3A, and then the runner-up in 4A this season. Lily Barnes of Valparaiso, also part of the group, but do not see Lily in terms of tonight's group. You do occasionally hit graduations this time of year, and we'll talk about that coming up on the boys' side of things. Molly Ernstus of Jennings County, she and Brooklyn Wren both headed to play at the University of Kansas. KK Holman from Hamilton Southeastern going to go to Oregon after a coaching change at Florida. That is where she was headed to play before that coaching change happened. Lola Lampley of Lawrence Central headed for LSU, of course, part of that dominant run at Lawrence Central that included a state championship her sophomore year. And the aforementioned Miss Basketball, Grayson Gilliard of Center Grove. She is headed to play at Stanford. Joe Huppenthal of Lake Central is the head coach. Amy Shear of Columbia City and Brian Smith of Lagodi. They are the coaching staff, and the game director is Mike Broughton. Pete, final thoughts for this one goes live.
The senior group, if they get off to a good start, it could get away from the juniors in this game if they get off to a good start. But they've got a really good lineup, the senior group.
Let's thank our ISC Sports Network crew. Directing the show tonight is Charlie Hemmick, Carlos Alarkit on replay. Thanks to Eric Annette, Alex Laverne, and Sierra Borkowski on our cameras this evening. Again, this is our 3rd night of doubleheader action in terms of Indiana All-Star. We will also have, hello, Coach Satterfield on our screen, by the way. We'll also have the games on Saturday night from Gamebridge against Kentucky. Pre-game begins at 5 o'clock for the girls' contest on Saturday. And it's the seniors in white. It is the juniors in blue. I referenced Tim Cody. Rich Deering, Raven Hibbard round out our officiating crew for tonight's contest.
Rich on the call with the basketball there.
We do have college rules for 10-minute quarters. You and I were making an educated guess. We might see a little bit shortened in the boys' game just because the boys only have 9 players that will play tonight. 2 injuries and 2 graduations have shortened that roster a little bit.
Going to re-jump it. Now, will they? Yep, jumping it with the players that actually were tied up. That's the way they're going to do it.
And Pat McKee will have to make a notation in All-Star stats.
She can't
get
her
the
own
game with
tip.
2 different jump balls.
She can't grab her own tip.
A somewhat inauspicious debut for this All-Star game.
Turnover, first turnover in the ball game.
So Hallie Schwederman, guarded by KK Holman. Shot rejected, and Brooklyn Wren will lead the break for Indiana. Lanaya Wills gets the start. Baseline corner 3 is good for Molly Ernstus.
She is some shooter.
Man, has Coach Sigler had some tremendous talent. She has coached them well. Think of Julianne Woodard on that team at Jennings County a couple of years ago. Molly has kind of come in and then been the next big thing the last couple of years. Molly averaged 24 points a game for the Panthers this season. Good drive by Schwederman, but Brooklyn Wren is there, and your eyes do not deceive you. This is tremendous size that Indiana has in terms of this senior group. It is a very, very deeply talented squad.
Got to move. There we go.
Hupfer, Graves, Schwederman, Larison, and Schnaus, the 5 starters. 4 of those returning from the game on Sunday.
Good step through. Just didn't quite have the ball in her pocket to shoot it, and the turnover forced.
Ran the scoop. Not that time, and Hupfer. And frankly, it's a sizable Indiana team on the junior side, too.
Yeah, they've got nice size. You're right.
They were kind of missing, you could tell they missed Menzer at the guard spot in the game against Kentucky on Sunday. Ball stripped. Touch last by Holman. So to set the 5 for Indiana, Gilliard, Wren, Holman, Ernstus.
Yeah, Larison really wanted to foul there. Mostly ball, so no call.
Shot down low, and foul going to be called on the shot. So 2 free throws coming up as the foul goes against Brooklyn Wren. Lanaya Wills rounds out the starting 5 for the Indiana seniors. So Wayne Hupfer will shoot 2.
Pretty good family lineage in the Hupfer family.
Yeah, there's been some college basketball players of note in this state that has that last name. Ada led her team to the regional round, ran into the eventual state champs in Center Grove in their regional at Greenfield Central. Ada misses them both, and Holman. Hamilton's out the east. That ball, I think, was tipped. Nope.
Really good defensive play by Schwederman from Jay County. She guessed. She didn't stop the ball, which as a coach, number one rule, you stop the ball, but she guessed that she was going to be able to deflect the pass out to the shooter in the corner again. Why would you throw it to Ernst? She's already drilled 1-3.
Off the hands of Hupp, that'll be out of bounds. Both teams a bit sluggish here at the start of this one. Again, for a handful of these juniors, got to play on Sunday afternoon. Indiana lost that to Kentucky. That version of the All-Star Game's only been played 15 times since 2012. That was just the second time that Indiana lost that game in the junior contest. And part of some fantastic Silver Creek teams, finding Ernstus, who misses, and Graves gets the rebound.
Nice block out by the juniors. Really like the blocking out there. Schnaus had a good one. Schnaus had a post up. They missed her inside there. I'd like to reward the people that block out.
We will play with a shot clock on Saturday. We're not playing with that tonight. It's rare that's a concern in All-Star games, as Ernstus gets called for a foul. And Larison will shoot 2.
Talked about Coach Simpson. You see the drive there, plays for Greensburg. Kyle's done a really good job. Coach Simpson, I should say.
Fans, the Milan 54 Hoosiers Museum houses artifacts and memorabilia of the Milan Muncie Central 1954 championship game. Also the largest single collection of items from the Hoosiers. Scan that QR code now to get tickets for the special 40th anniversary screening of the movie November the 7th at the Milan High School gym, featuring cast members as well as Angelo Pizzo and David Anspaugh. So just 1 for 4 the juniors so far from the free throw line, but just one made field goal by the seniors. Graves the step through. There's that first field goal.
A good look by the McCutcheon Maverick, 6'1" junior.
And they're going to be one of the best teams in the state this coming year. Ernstus has not been shy about letting it fly early. Made her first, missed the last couple of opportunities she's had. 3 for Larison does not go. Hupfer had the inside position. And Ernstus touches it last.
You know, the challenge as an all-star is understanding you have a different role when you're playing with so many good players. As we get a look at Basil Malby down in the lower right-hand corner. Indiana all-star coach at many high schools, Connersville, Kokomo, but he's here for the boys and the girls game. You like to see that.
Hupfer got fouled. Nope, going to call the offensive foul. Say she led with the off arm. So Hupfer called for the offensive foul. Good crowd on hand for this one. And boys game to follow, and you'll catch both of them right here on the ISC Sports Network. Schwederman offering the defensive effort. Little half-court trap. And folks, this is not your average all-star game.
Well, I love that half-court trap, and we sure didn't see that in the Futures game Monday. We saw a lot of up and down and shooting, but defensively a great opportunity there to trap her that far away.
Okay, the Futures game is your average all-star game. However, this game to get you ready for Kentucky, this is played like a conference game, frankly. And by that, you also, everybody will get to play on the seniors. It's not going to be equal minutes. That's not what this is about. This is about beating the team from the state down south. Turnover.
Good defense, yeah. Very good defense by the juniors, just sucking it in there.
Hupfer fires a long one. That does not go. But the loose ball bounds back to Ada. And this game is a point of pride for each of these two classes as well. These two teams tend to get after it in this game. Catch and shoot for Graves does not go. And the rebound, we said this for a lot of the last 4 years, goes to Lanaya Wills. Wren tied up. And the held ball will keep it here. So the Indiana seniors scored their first time down the floor. They have not scored since.
They've not really been in sync in the half-court offense. They've bombed up a couple threes on one pass. Had a turnover last possession.
Line change coming here for the Indiana seniors. Again, it's the Indiana All-Stars, the seniors in white, the juniors in blue. That three does not go. And the rebound controlled by Hupfer, but ripped away by Gilliard, and the bucket goes to Lania Wills.
Gillard's just such a heady player. She can play defense, offense, just does whatever it takes to help her team win. That's why they went undefeated.
And she was heading to Davidson. Switch that to Stanford this spring and a play in the ACC. And I'm still adjusting the fact that she left the school from North Carolina to then join a team in the ACC in California, but that's a conversation for a different day. Shot does not go, and rebound corralled by Wren.
Okay, Coach Huppenthal's calling a set play here. Let's see what he's going to run.
Again, the seniors all reported yesterday.
Right.
They've at least had a practice session or two. Backdoor cut, and Wren connects.
There's a flare screen on the weak side, and Wren slipped the screen. Both the defensive players gave warrant to the three-point shooter, and Wren gets the basket. Nice play. Horn set on the offense here for the juniors. Double high post.
Indiana juniors have a series of players ready to check in. Schnaus and could not finish with Wills in her face.
Good
Ernstis
shot.
Turns it down. Again, her teammate today and her teammate from Sunday on in terms of Brooklyn Wren, and free throws coming up.
We saw what Wren does so well. She ran the floor here, and you see her defensive player was the one that shot down at the other end, so she didn't get back in time.
So Brooklyn connects on the first of two. I want to thank our buddy Brady Laurie and Laurie Law. Brady has been serving the citizens of Marion, Johnson, and surrounding counties over 25 years. If you or someone you know is in criminal trouble or has been injured, make the call to Brady for a consultation. Let Brady put his negotiating skills, criminal experience to work for you. Call 317-250-7783 or email BradyJLaurie@gmail.com. Brady Laurie, for criminal defense and personal injury trial lawyer. Wren makes the free throw. She'll check out. Those two things happen. Of course, it is kind of a Wren family dynasty out of Silver Creek these days. First it was Matt, went on to Indiana State. Now his boys have gone through Terre Haute North. We saw Bryce earlier this week.
Future star game.
Of course, Trey Kaufman-Wren just finished his days at Purdue. So the family's got a couple of branches now. The Silver Creek branch and the Terre Haute branch from Matt's days at Indiana State. Vanessa Rossworm, Lola Lampley. Lampley lost the handle.
Good double team there by Schrader of Northview.
Bricker and Zartman on the floor together. And a foul going to be called against Zartman as two free throws are coming up. And the free throws will go to Peyton Duvall of Franklin Central.
Yeah, Bricker on the foul, the other Warsaw girl there. You see it on the replay from behind.
And again, part of this game and Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and frankly, it's been talked about and discussed by this coaching staff previously is, all right, what combination of players fit with who? And I'm not surprised when you have two high school teammates that you play them together, or when you have two potential college teammates, you play them together because you know there's a connection there.
No, it makes great connection. You're going to see that in the boys game tonight, the Junior All-Stars with Zachary and Gardner at the guard spot. You've got to play them because they play off each other as well as anyone has in years in the state of Indiana, those two. Like Bricker.
Anderson, Leffler, Duvall amongst those on the floor. Carly Schrader out there as well. And that's going to be a foul. Patterson fouling Lampley.
That's a good matchup. Patterson, one of the top juniors in the state from up at, she's a governor, Hammond Morton High School.
I want to thank our friends at the Ed Martin Automotive Group who want to congratulate Lola Lampley of Lawrence Central for playing in today's game. When it comes to your next car, Ed Martin is the only name you need to know. Find out more at edmartin.com. I want to congratulate KK Holman of Hamilton Southeastern as well to our friends at Ed Martin as Lola makes them both.
Nice stroke on the free throws.
And she is off to
zone
LSU.
no, they're switching man. Indiana started in zone the first possession. The seniors did.
Leffler off the basket support. And Elliott had a phenomenal junior season, leading Roncalli to the runner-up finish in 3A. Playing for head coach Jason Sims at Roncalli.
Okay, Coach Huppenthal called this 5. A little bit of motion with a down screen pinned down, and it worked perfectly.
3
Excellent
is
shot.
good. Timeout called by the junior All-Stars. That is Brooke Zartman, and that is what Zartman and Bricker do. That is what Warsaw did under Lenny Krebs. They could absolutely shoot the lights out.
Yeah, selfishly, I hate to see Lenny Krebs retire at Warsaw this year, but what a great career. And known Lenny for a long time, a native of Goshen, and did just a really, really nice job with the Tigers.
One of the absolute good men
Yes.
in the business as well. Tonight's game presented in part by our friends at McAllister. As Indiana and Michigan's leading construction equipment partner, McAllister delivers the power, service, and support to keep your job moving. From equipment rentals and sales to parts and expert service, McAllister powers progress from the job site to the rail yard. McAllister, one team built to win, powered by trust.
We're inside Lisa Finn's huddle. You mentioned earlier she coaches at head coach at Cathedral, and Andy Heim there in the background. Belmont head coach, both of them just explaining that, hey, we're down 14-5. We've got to contest shooters, the second group that came in, not necessarily the second group, but the new group that's in there currently. They've given up a lot of points. That first group was pretty even.
You saw a sign of the Hoosier Heritage Conference teams. That sign is about to change.
It is.
Moving over the next 2 years in that league.
Okay. 1-3-1 half-court trap by the seniors.
Again, not your average
Reversal.
All-Star game.
Okay.
Catch and shoot 3 is good.
Left Cook open. You mentioned how good a shooter she was, Greg. She faked the pass down the corner. Player jumped, and she was wide open.
Kenzie Cook at Eastern Hancock. As a sophomore, they made the semi-state final against Brownstown Central.
Great block by Cook there on the defensive end.
Leffler 3 does not go, but Patterson, that is what she does.
Rebounding
She is a
machine.
serial rebounder. We jokingly said she's got the Angel Reese rebounds going in the Sunday game against Kentucky.
Oh, nice job. Seniors are jumping everything and switching every screen. Lampley with the steal on a quick switch defensively. It pays off. Get it to her. There you go.
On the
Nice
low
step.
block, great
Yeah.
turn, and that's the bucket for Kamari Booker. And again, Booker really kind of earned one of those last spots in the All-Star team as Cook misses that one. Booker had a great performance in the top 60 workout and probably nabbed one of the last spots on the team.
But I think she may be one of the better ones in this class before it's over college-wise. She's got a lot of upside and a very high ceiling, I think.
And again, there's so much talent as that ball goes out of bounds to the juniors on that Pike team that nobody's individual numbers are going to wow you.
No, and to that point, she averaged 8.3 points a game. Made the Indiana All-Stars because she's a great rebounder and she's got a great ceiling. And we saw that with a nice pin and basket there on her first touch in the paint just a minute ago.
8-point lead for the seniors. Leffler deflected by Ross Worm.
Yeah, I like the idea. It was a tough pass for Elliott to catch that. Roncalli Rebel.
Ross Worm and Bricker will play together at Indiana Wesleyan next year. Cook again for 3, got it. Her second made 3. She's got 6 of the 11 and 2 of the 3 made field goals so far for the juniors. Taken away by the juniors. Nobody stopped the ball, and Cook took the benefactor but couldn't get the shot to go. Fight for the loose ball. When you got 3 players on the floor and make it
How about 4 now?
Yeah, hop up there.
Go to the basket. There you go. You got a layup.
Ross Worm, shot rejected.
That Cook again. Patterson,
and that's going to be a block. Yep, because the player was fading back before contact was ever made. Patterson's going to get to shoot 2.
Yeah, it was Cook again with that block. I thought so. Patterson kind of shooed it away, and I couldn't see it. Patterson did a good job. If you're not stopped at the free throw line by the defensive player, you always take it to the rim, unless you've got a set play called.
And again, Kenzie in AAU basketball has a chance to play against a lot of these same players. He does not see this level of competition playing at Eastern Hancock. They have tried to play some of the larger schools in Hancock kind of because of how good they have been on the girls' side the last few years. But she can play against players at this level. Ball State's a really good program in the MAC, and she is already verbal to play Coach Sally beginning in 2027.
You wouldn't think that of the players on the court, who's got 2 block shots? Kinsey Cook.
Last possession of the quarter.
Travel.
And steps called.
Yeah, good defensive play. Rossworm just didn't have, she wasn't in a basketball position, or Sanson traveled there.
Time is on your screen, 5.5 seconds left to go in the quarter. Patterson avoids the over and back violation. Runner.
Nice runner.
Is good. Kyla Patterson with 3, and it is the juniors that are playing catch up against the seniors here at the end of quarter number 1. We're back after this quick timeout as you're watching on the ISC Sports Network.
As a member-owned cooperative, 9 Star serves our members who are also our friends, our neighbors, our family. You know, we take that role very seriously. We want to provide that customer with the same experience and customer service that we would expect ourselves.
9 Star is a different kind of company, and the difference is you.
If your son or daughter is into hoops, you need to know Unranked. Unranked is Indy's first Euro Academy. Real training, real development from the best trainers and coaches. Visit Unranked at unrnkd.com. Unranked, a Nike grassroots basketball program.
More selection, more savings, more for your trade. Ed Martin, the only name you need to know for all your transportation needs. 9 locations, serving Indianapolis, Fishers, Anderson, and Noblesville. 12 brands offering the best cars, trucks, and SUVs. At Ed Martin, you'll drive home happy in under an hour, guaranteed. Shop over 4,000 new and used vehicles at edmartin.com. Ed Martin, the only name you need to know.
Little run at the end of the quarter by the Indiana Juniors. They're back within 2. Greg Rakestraw, Pete Smith with you on the ISC Sports Network. Some of the starters back in for Indiana. Courtney Matthew, who had yet to play in the game, is in for the first time. Larison left alone for 3. That does not go. Good inside position by Lanaya Davis. And she played at 1A Marquette Catholic. Outstanding player for Katie Calignan. Going to play at NIU as well. Shot blocked by Holman.
Boy, great, Kennedy, great defensive play by Holman, the former Southeastern Royal.
Davis runs the floor and took some contact. We play on.
Track meet.
Hupfer will take a second 3, and she's left both of them short. But Graves keeps the possession alive for the juniors. Graves, runner. Good look that would not go. Wren has returned. Gilliard has returned. Ooh. We are seeing 84 feet of defense, and a timeout going to be called by the
seniors. Yeah,
Indiana seniors.
I think it's a good call, Greg, because the juniors really are picking up all over on misses, makes. They trap in the corner, and good rotation. A rule usually you don't throw the ball back to the basket, your basket underneath your basket like that. But luckily, Gilliard met the pass and saved it with the timeout.
Want to make sure we thank our friends at Duke Homes. We want to congratulate Center Grove's Grayson Gilliard on leading the Trojans to a state championship and winning Indiana's Miss Basketball. At Duke Homes, we've been creating one-of-a-kind environments that our clients are proud to call home, and we've called Center Grove home for more than 40 years. Congrats, Grayson, and as always, go Trojans. So both teams have burned a timeout in the opening 11 minutes.
Juniors in blue, and they fall back to man-to-man half court after that defensive segment.
Davis on the attack, and Lanaya Davis draws the foul.
It's a good. Schwederman did everything right defensively. Just when she got the shot fake, as you'll see, she stopped the ball, strong there, the shoulder that just got her on the contact there with the right elbow on the shot.
Lanaya misses that. And as that mentioned, she and Kamari Booker going to Northern Illinois, which are making the move from the Mid-American Conference to the Horizon League next year. Free throw is up and good.
Seniors back to half-court man defensively.
Everybody has played in the game at this point.
Well, Hupper really posts up really nice. Didn't get her the ball that time, but she sealed really well and kept her hands up.
Jump ball is called. It's going to be a turnover and the ball to the Indiana seniors regardless. Want to make sure we thank Brandon Ecker. Outstanding athletic director at Mount Vernon. Brandon actually wrapping up his time this summer at Mount Vernon. Even working on his birthday today. Happy birthday, Brandon. He's thrilled to have Luke Ertl play in this building one more time before heading off to Purdue.
I met Brandon when he was the AD at Newcastle High School before he came here. And ill-advised skip pass by Wren goes out of bounds. Just this first group seniors just have not clicked in the half court so far. I mean, that's why they're playing this game against the juniors, to get them ready for the prime time Saturday night against the Kentucky All-Stars. Just haven't found a groove, really.
You got to go to Lexington on Friday to play at Lexington Catholic High School.
I'm sorry, Friday night first.
But you can say the primetime games at Cambridge. I got no problem with that. Larison for 3, no. And Hupfer going to be called for the foul, and Lania Wills at inside position. Pete, how do you see Wills' skill set translating to the Big East?
She's got the strength. She's got the size and the strength. I think she's got the ability to be a good player. Looking forward to seeing how she progresses in the Big East.
Yeah, rebounds kind of translate, don't they?
Pretty good, yeah.
They always travel. Wren, high off the window, no. She's headed to the Big 12 to play at Kansas, as is Molly Ernstus. Good read.
Oh, sure was.
Outstanding center field there being played. On the drive, and free throws upcoming. And that's Davis. And she goes to Northern Illinois, as you see the work here.
A great read, yeah. Yeah, she came from the block and covered that wing. Don't know if the pass was telegraphed from our viewpoint, but she got a great jump on it. Great instinct to make the first free throw after her steal.
The team that they've got to work their way through in the Horizon League is Green Bay, the perennial power of the Horizon League. And 1 for 2 from the line. Courtney Matthew gets the rebound for the Rensselaer Central Bomber. Cook the inside out, finds Graves, who misses the 3. But Matthew had the rebound, but if Lania Wills is in the area, she's going to lay claim to the basketball. Jump ball points the way of the juniors.
Now dive faster. Oh, Hupper got there a little bit faster, was there, but good read again by Davis on the steal.
Second steal that Davis has had here in the quarter.
Nice.
High-low Wren gets the assist. Lania Wills gets the bucket.
That was not an easy pass either. Space-wise, it was a tight pass, and she put it on the money.
Lania helped lead her lapel Bulldog team to the state championship game as a freshman, where they lost to Forest Park in the 2A state championship game. And I know this kind of postdates your days. I'm not sure if you were an Atari video gamer back in the day.
I was not.
Double dribble committed by Kenzie.
No, I don't even know what an Atari is. I'm sorry.
That was more Nintendo.
I played Pong.
That was just for the crew. I'm glad you played Pong, guys.
Well, not very much. I thought it was kind of boring. I liked real tennis over Pong. So did you, I think.
God bless you. Here's Gilliard.
Gilliard's going to drain the 3 here.
Gilliard fires and misses. Davis active on the glass. Schnauz comes out of there with it. 6-point lead for the seniors. It's been as large as 8. Nice move. Just couldn't get the finish. Good Schwieterman.
The juniors have had some really good shots at it, Greg. They just haven't been able to fall. Just a little bit hard off the glass on some of these bankboard shots they've taken. They've had some good drives. You know, we saw a lot of block shots in the first quarter. More straight line drives the second quarter and just not able to hit, but still only 6 down. Seniors lead 20-14.
Good quick hands by Schwieterman. Picks the pocket of Davis and scores at the other end.
Boy, St. Francis is going to get a good one here, and Hallie Schwieterman already made a commitment as a junior to go play up for the Cougars.
And obviously you and I are biased to the Crossroads League. You played at a Crossroads school at Bethel. We broadcast so many Marion events. We're just involved in Taylor's run to the NAI World Series National Championship. That is a phenomenal league that she's going to go play in a couple of years.
Oh, it sure is. It sure is. Indiana All-Stars go in that league, as we've got a couple here in the game tonight, and they play at such a high level. Do a great job at league.
And of course, the Marion women won the national championship for a third time and first at a single division level of the NAI. Wren goes to work. Schnaus commits the foul, and Wren will shoot 2 free throws. Team's 5th foul of the quarter, so Indiana seniors in the penalty for the remainder of the quarter.
Brooklyn Wren feeling a little bit comfortable wearing Kansas colors, red, white, and blue. Almost could pass as their jerseys when she was being introduced. I just thought about that. Looks like a Jayhawk jersey. Oh, nice job by Gillard to get inside on the rebound.
But again, just a lot of length on both sides. This is certainly a Division I game from a height standpoint. Cook lines it up. Not that time. Gilliard tied up. And the air will keep it here. Part of this game has not been for the faint of heart.
Now, we've seen multiple times 3-4 players on the floor going for loose balls, a lot of jump balls because both teams are aggressively going after it. You know, Gillard's going to be a good. Let's see what she does when she goes to Stanford. They're going to make her strictly a guard. You know, in high school, she's so physically strong. You know, we'll talk about it when she gets back in the game, our Miss Basketball this year, but she can play so many positions. But that ACC, those girls are big. Stanford being, hard to believe Stanford's in the ACC. Somebody not far out in the West Coast playing in the Atlantic Coast Conference, not the West Coast Conference. Big 12, like the old days.
Schrader back in for the Indiana juniors. Patterson returns as well. New 5 in the game for the seniors. Ernstus, Lampley, Rossworm.
Nice defense.
Jocelyn Bricker back in.
Yeah, Bricker really did a good job cutting that drive off.
Lampley on the closeout, affected the shot of Patterson. Kamari Booker with the rebound. Booker runs the floor, but was touched last by one of the juniors. Pike has had players in every girls team we've seen so far this week to kind of show you just how good they have been.
Yeah, they're loaded right now. Good players. Nice.
Lampley with the left hand. Well, gets her first field goal. She's made a couple of free throws.
Ball screen. 2-man game with Patterson. But she should have pinned inside. She would have had her.
7-point lead now for the seniors. Leffler, a contested 3 that does not go. Cook again all over the glass and gets the bucket to go. Well, she's the offensive scoring leader for either side so far. She's got 8. And that's going to be a foul against Leffler, which will mean that Vanessa Rossworm will go to the line to shoot 2. And 11 players in uniform tonight for Team Indiana. No Lily Barnes, no Maya Epps due to injury. So far for the Indiana seniors, 7 different players have scored. Vanessa makes it 8.
Can't say enough about this young lady. Just had an unbelievable high school career at Norwell. Playing for Eric Thornton. Outstanding coach, has had just unbelievable success with the Knights. And Rossworm, you know, more as a defensive player, gets steals and layups and scores, but he's an outstanding player, very deserving all-star.
Cook the long 2, no. Schnaus the rebound, score it.
Best thing that Page has done so far. Nice offensive rebound, turn with that shoulder and protection to get the shot off clean.
Lampley fires a 2 off the side of the backboard.
Get the ball stopped.
Trailer 3 for the juniors does not go, but long rebound Corral by the player that shot the basketball, that being Carly Schrader. Schnaus again, no. That's what Rossworm does defensively as she attacks the glass and draws contact and will shoot 2. And she would play at the top of that 1-3-1 zone and just completely shut off one side of the floor against most teams that played against him.
Yeah, Coach Thornton's he's a very defensive-minded coach. Yeah, that's their expertise, and he just believes defense wins championships. Or you're going to get layups from playing good defense. You'll get good shots out of transition defense, and it's proved off really well. She makes both free throws this time. 3 out of 4.
It was a remarkable accomplishment to go from being the 3A champs to being the 4A runner-ups.
Here's the 1-3-1 with Ross Worm at the point. Boy, what did you have that pegged right? Steal and score.
And frankly, if I'm Coach Huppenthal, I go, hey, let's play some 1-3-1 because Vanessa knows it so well.
Right, she's so good at anticipating. She sides the ball well. She keeps the ball on one side, which means everybody can rotate and follow their rules. And she's got long arms to throw over. She's active. She's a jumper.
In other words, expect Ethan Whaley to run the 1-3-1 in Indiana Wesleyan next year. That might be the way to go. Cook the miss. Booker runs the floor but lost the handle.
Well, to your point, you have to think about that when you bring in someone with a skill set like Vanessa. Now, she's outstanding in a 1-3-1. Schnaus gets a break.
And frankly, for this Indiana All-Star team, there's great length and athleticism on the team. So you can play this defense and create some havoc with it.
Yep.
And Ernstis is becoming the benefactor as she pulls from 17 and misses. Lampley gets the rebound and misses. And then Cook, or excuse me, that was
Cook on the defensive rebound.
She's all of 5'9". That might be generous as well.
I don't know if they have good measuring tapes there in Charlottesville or not, but but she plays taller than whatever she actually is, because a couple block shots, she's got at least 3 rebounds in the game now. Here's the 1-3-1 again. Now 34 cuts to the block on the other side. She's out to step out and shoot a 3 anyway. Ellie Leffley.
Leffler gets her first bucket. Oop. 2 minutes left to go here in the half. Ross Worm for 3, got it. And again, she can do that too. She's more just a defensive specialist. And she made the choice to go to Indiana Wesleyan. Those programs really recruited at Division I level in that league at this point. Booker swats that to Vanessa for the rebound. Now Bricker, who will be her teammate coming up as well. And Jocelyn had intended to go to Butler. When that coaching change happens, she says, you know what? I'm going to switch my commitment as well.
Right.
By the way, it would not be a Mount Vernon basketball if Gabe Rose wasn't all over the floor. It's like the manager of the year. He just appears out of nowhere and cleans up every time there's any bit of perspiration on the floor. Foul going to be called. Free throws coming up.
Real good job by Jocelyn Bricker. Going to get to the line. Has a chance to get her first 2 points in the contest. Averaged 24.8 points a game as a senior for the Tigers.
Well,
but they got up, I don't want to say upset. Northridge had a really good team this year. Northridge beat them in the sectional. Northridge Raiders, both girls and boys, outstanding teams this year. And unfortunately, we're unable to see the Scholl girl, Lily Scholl, because of an injury. But she's on this junior all-star team. Bricker drains the second.
This Warsaw team basically rewrote the record books at Warsaw High School. And what they couldn't replace from last year's team, the 4 runners-up, was Brooke Winchester,
right.
and didn't have that same inside presence they had a year ago, which made Northridge such a tough matchup for them. Leffler contested 3. That does not go, and Lampley corrals the weak side glass. Final minute now of half number 1. Lampley on the drive, no. And Leffler has the rebound. Trailer 3 by Schrader is good. 10 different juniors have scored. They're back within 6. Ross Worm looks to answer, not that time. Good job by Bricker to track it down. That ball was kicked.
That'd be a kick, yeah. It's served as a kick. Here you see the good spot up 3 by Schrader. her first basket of the contest. I think they'll run her down for one, the seniors here, with 25 seconds to go. Nope, no running offense. Get set up.
And some contact there, but nothing whistled. Last second shot does not go, and that is that. Seniors have led most of the way, but the juniors have never gone away. At the break, it's the Indiana Seniors 32, the Indiana Juniors 26. You're watching the Junior Senior All-Star Game from Mount Vernon High School. Halftime coverage comes your way next as you're watching on ISC.
The MSD of Lawrence Township embodies educational excellence, unlocking the full potential of every student we serve. Where innovation meets tradition, our students excel in welcoming safe, state-of-the-art facilities. A traditional public school district, Lawrence Township boasts a 95% graduation rate. On the court and in the arts, our students excel. Join the Lawrence Township family, where learners thrive, surrounded by values that resonate with home. Lawrence Township, your destination for a brighter future.
We are really heavily involved in the community, so there are multiple different volunteer opportunities that we can go and do.
Volunteer time to share their time and talents with organizations that need not only monetary assistance, but just people's time to help those organizations grow and thrive.
9-Star is a different kind of company, and the difference is you.
Looking for the perfect place to celebrate? Look no further. Grindstone on the Monon has it all. Indulge in our exceptional cuisine and handcrafted cocktails. And for that extra touch of magic, enjoy our enchanting outdoor area complete with a cozy fireplace. Make every occasion special at Grindstone on the Monon, located on Wheeler Road in Westfield. Cheers to great times and great food.
If your son or daughter is into hoops, you need to know Unranked. Unranked is Indy's first Euro Academy. Real training, real development from the best trainers and coaches. Visit Unranked at unrnkd.com. Unranked, a Nike grassroots basketball program.
Back at Mount Vernon High School, you see their success in girls basketball over the years. Julie Shelton's been a big part of that over the years at Mount Vernon. They're once again current coach, part of the athletic administration here at Mount Vernon High School as well. Greg Rakestraw, Pete Smith with you. Thanks for joining us on the ISC Sports Network. Our third doubleheader over the course of the last 4 days. We've got one more to go for you coming up on Saturday night at Gamebridge Fieldhouse. Place where Eric Thornton has been the last 3 years. He just stopped by to say hello to both of us. 32-26, seniors lead the juniors. Pete, overall, your thoughts on half number one?
Hasn't been a pretty game. If you get a chance to watch the whole first half, not a lot of continuity, some nice play, individual play, but neither really team has gotten into a flow of the offense, and it's a pretty close game so far. We've seen a couple hot shooters, but overall, you know, a lot of players have scored, but no one has stretched it out and had a big game.
By the way, the banner department clearly got to work quickly, because that one on the right was won about 9 weeks ago. Job well done by the folks at Mount Vernon. Again, shout out to Brandon Ecker, everybody here at MV. Again, we've joked about this the last couple of days. There's only so much coaching in an all-star game. This is different. You are kind of looking at this from a standpoint of the senior all-stars. If you're Coach Huppenthal, hello, Coach Bobby, and Brandon, thank you for those halftime stats as well. What are you analyzing for what you see for the seniors here for half number two?
Well, their most effective defense, I thought, was the 1-3-1 half-court trap. I mean, and again, Coach Joe Huppenthal played that. As we, again, take a look at Coach Basil Mobley underneath the court. He's just a camera magnet.
Of course he is.
But that being said, Joe is a former boys coach too. He was the head coach of South Bend Clay. He had the inevitable, he followed Tom DeBates, who had won a state championship there, and then he's back on the girls' side at LC. But you know, he tries a lot of different things. Joe is always an outside-the-box thinker. He's not just going to say, okay, girls, you don't know each other very well, so we're just going to play man defense. And he's done a good job. I thought that was their best defensive run. And he's had the juniors, I think the coaches met before and say, will you do this and will you do that? Because the juniors have had some run and jump defensive plays that have caused some turnovers. So I think this second half, the play will be a little bit better.
Let's give you scoring from half number one. First of all, for the seniors, 5 points for Molly Ernstus, 4 points for Lanaya Wills, 5 for Brooklyn Wren, 4 for Lola Lampley, 3 for Brooke Zartman, 2 for Kamari Booker, 2 for Lanaya Davis, 6 points for Nessa Rossworm, and 2 points for Jocelyn Ricker. For the junior all-stars, a point for Claire Larison, 2 for Lily Graves, 2 for Peyton Duvall, 8 for Kenzie Cook to lead all scores, 3 for Kyla Patterson, 2 for Hallie Schwederman, 2 as well for Paige Schnaus, 3 points for Elliot Leffler, and 3 points as well for Carly Schrader. And that's our score at the break by a score of 32-26 on the junior side. And again, this is their last get-together, the only chance for this group to play for the remainder of the week. If there's a play that stands out to you, obviously that would be Kenzie Cook so far for the juniors.
Kenzie's done a nice job, and I think they've looked a little bit better than they did against that Kentucky squad on Sunday, the core players that played in that contest. Been really impressed with Kyla Patterson in her minutes. As you said, she's a rebounding machine. She has 3 points, but she's battled Lola Lampley extremely well, who's a tough matchup for anyone.
We'll take this quick timeout. We'll come back with first half highlights and the start of half number 2. Seniors lead the juniors 32-26 as you're watching from Mount Vernon High School and on the ISC Sports Network.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
Man, if I meet Braden Smith and Pig, he's never going to live that down.
Dude, don't get your hopes up. Hey, Adam, it's your turn.
Oh, sorry, guys, gotta take this. All right, Braden, go easy on me.
Okay.
Sorry, man.
I guess for every hour, there really is Banks and Brower.
Whether it's criminal, family, personal injury, or immigration law.
You can call them anytime. Sorry, got a call.
Sorry.
Big throw into space. Bigger bid from Nick Betch. My goodness. Huge.
Michelangelo's. Gather, celebrate, and enjoy the convenience of our drive-thru and takeout options. Located on Westfield Road in Noblesville.
If your son or daughter is into hoops, you need to know Unranked. Unranked is Indy's first Euro Academy. Real training, real development from the best trainers and coaches. Visit Unranked at unrnkd.com. Unranked, a Nike grassroots basketball program.
Take a look at our first half highlights. We've already given you the individual scoring as we look at some of the shooting in the half, and understandably not exactly great in an all-star setting. Seniors shot 33%. Sophomore juniors shot 24%. Both teams were 33% from three-point range, or from two-point range, rather. The juniors were 4 of 22 from 3. The seniors were 3 of 9. Both teams got to the line a good amount. The seniors were 11 of 16 from the stripe, while the juniors were 4 of 8. In terms of rebounding, +2 for the junior All-Stars from a rebounding standpoint, 22 to 20. In terms of those that shared the basketball, 4 assists on the junior side, 5 assists on the senior side. There was a combined total of 15 steals between the teams. Grayson Gilliard had 4 of them for the seniors, which might kind of give you an idea as to what that skill set is going to be for her at the next level. Your thoughts on what we're likely going to see here early in quarter number 3?
Well, I'm sure both coaches are talking about that amount of turnovers. There are 22 in the first half. The juniors committed 13. So, take care of the basketball, but at the same time, during the season grade, you get to work on strategy as to how you're going to meet the pass and beat a trap. Now it's the summer, and they just have to do it on basketball sense and instincts when traps and when, ball screens happen and so forth. But defensively, I think, again, Joe Heppenthal's talked a lot about that. They're switching their screens on man-to-man defense. They're playing 1-3-1. And I think we're in for a good second half, I think. The juniors hung in there in the first half, and that was my concern. I said in the pregame or in our opening part of the game, if the seniors get a big lead, it could get away from them. It started to. And then after that, the juniors chipped away while the lineups were changing a little bit.
Seniors will have the ball. Gilliard, Holman, Lampley, Davis, and Zartman. The 5 on the floor. So a bit of a different combination. For the juniors, Lily Graves, Ada Hupfer, Allie Schwederman, Courtney Matthew, and Claire Larison. Lampley connects.
I think she just was dared to shoot it. And she said, I can make this. I'm going to play at LSU. I can make this shot. It's going to be wide open. Almost got a steal there, too.
State champs 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Knocked off in the semi-state by Center Grove this year. 3 Division I players on the team this year. Nia McKenzie really was in the consideration for being an Indiana All-Star, but she frankly would not have been available this weekend because she's also in the track and field state finals for Lawrence Central. She's going to play at UIC from a basketball standpoint.
Right idea by Huffer, but she needs to make a ball fake there. She had Graves open on the block, but just kind of telegraphed that pass.
Gilliard pulls the free throw line, left that one short. Good job by Holman. Now Gilliard looks for the assist as Lampley misses. Eventually the juniors out of there with it. Matthew on the drive, missed it. And Lampley, trailing the play, was waiting for the catch. And Lola's now got a game-high 9. And the seniors have a double-digit lead for the first time. Contested shot by Larison is good. A long 2, but finally gets 1 to go.
Got 3 points in the contest now, the Greensburg Pirate.
And part of really kind of a 3-headed attack a year ago. And she became the star this year and next for Coach Simpson's Pirates.
Skip.
Larison's runner does not go, and again Gilliard tracks down the loose ball, leads the break. Holman from 17, and Gilliard gets the rebound. The 3 by Zartman does not go, and Matthew gets the board. Gilliard not scoring at the clip she did for Center Grove this year, doing a lot of little things well. I think that bodes well for her transition to the ACC.
I do too. I know I said in the first half, position-wise, where she's going to play, we'll see.
30-second timeout taken by the Indiana seniors.
Good hesitation move right there. The right idea. She thought it got passed or got deflected the pass, but going to go back to the seniors here as Lisa Finn's talking about what they're. I think she wants the ball to be moved from right side to left side. I can't say I can read lips, but get some ball movement, make them guard both sides of the floor. That's going to help the seniors get ready for Kentucky Saturday and Friday, and at the same time, that'll give us some open shots. Meanwhile, Joe Huppenthal looked like he was doing a little X and an O with his whiteboard. He was trying to find his marker. Yep, there he is. Joe's assisted by Amy Shear, coach at Columbia City, and Brian Smith from Lagodi. So you got the northeast part of the state and the southwest part of the state covered in the assistant coaching spots. And Joe's up in the northwest, up at Lake Central.
And that is certainly, you know, a conscious effort that is made to represent as much of the state as possible. Good double here on Lampley.
Really good double. Turnover, caused a turnover. Yeah, to that point, the year I was the all-star director, I mean, just some things that I tried to do. I took coaches from north, south, and central. I mean, I kind of did that because I thought the coaches that have had really nice careers in that part of the state, that part of the state, and that part of the state could be a good representative. So I had them all covered.
Turnover by the juniors. Lampley on the attack, blocked by Larison.
That was a great defensive play. Inside out dribble didn't fool her.
Schwederman. These two teams are so even that it's tough to find open space.
Gilliard did a good job of driving, cutting off the drive there.
Lampley, baseline three, got it. And it's the ability to knock down that shot with her length is why, again, there's probably a future after college basketball for Lola.
She's heating up. She's the first in the game in double figures. She has 10 points.
Good slip.
Nice slip, yeah.
Graves, though, rejected. And that's Gilliard.
Oh, it's Homer. Yeah, I was homing on that one. I'm sorry.
That's Gilliard on the layup. So Gilliard gets the bucket.
That's Miss Basketball's first basket of the game, and yet she's done so many great things in this game between defensively and rebounding.
Now Larison for three. That's 14-point lead for the seniors. And it sounds like broadcaster hyperbole or coach speak. You really can have a great game without scoring. Gilliard had been that until that bucket.
Yeah, she scored a lot of points in the second half when her team was facing some pretty good challenges during that season to lead a team to go undefeated like that.
Hupfer. And touch last by Ada. Gilliard again forces another turnover. Lampley again.
A little long on that one. She shot in the way up that time. Usually if you shoot in the way up, it's going to be over the rim and long.
Larison, no. Good job by Hupfer to crash the glass and score. Ada gets her first field goal. On the step through, shot was altered by Matthew. Fresh five waits to check in for the Indiana juniors when given the opportunity. Hupfer on the spin, does not go. Holman, before losing control of the basketball, finds a teammate. Now Gilliard fires from the wing. That does not go. Good strong rebound by Ada. Schwederman on the turn.
Short.
Properly diagnosed by the head coach.
Tough shot.
Zartman on the drive. Score it. Her first field goal. Now just simply a whistle to get players into the game here. As both teams have new fives on the floor.
Yeah, that group of juniors looked a little bit tired. They're not sprinting back on defense. And, you know, when you get tired, you don't communicate either. You forget to tell players, oh, take my player down there, I'm trailing or whatever. And that's why this game is stretched out to a 14-point lead currently. Still plenty of time, 5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Horn set for Cook, so she could use either screen to try to come off, and Indiana switching those screens. There you, okay, the screen wasn't set. There's a switch right there, double.
Schnaus will fire for three. That does not go. Ernstis tracks down the loose ball. Ernstis, Wren, Rossworm, Booker, and Bricker, the five on the floor. Patterson, Schnaus, Cook, Leffler, Duval, the five on the floor for the juniors. Ernstis, good move. Turned down the shot. Wren draws contact. First foul was against either side of the third quarter comes at the 4:22 mark.
I'm laughing because I could hear her, even with our headphones on, I could hear her yelling, Molly, Molly, Molly. I mean, they're going to be teammates at Kansas, and already they communicate because they played a lot of basketball in the summer, I'm sure, with and or against each other. Nice slip. Couldn't hold on to it. Was the right idea. tough angle. Credit Leffler from Roncalli playing pretty good defense there to make it difficult for the easy basket.
Lead is 14.
Low 1-4 set now.
It's been a closer game than that. No 30-second shot clock in tonight's game. There will be in the game on Saturday. Playing at Gamebridge Fieldhouse.
Ooh.
Right idea, just...
It was for a second, and then, yeah, Brooklyn turned and started to look to see where she should run. You see right there, then she turned her head. Yeah, and Molly just didn't know that she was going to turn her head and run down to the ball side block.
Schnaus.
Oh, she brought the ball down.
And again,
part of it was where the pass was at, Greg. You want to hit your post players when they show that hand up, at least shoulder high. She got it down more around the waist area, and right away, a good double team or a good clamp down defensively by the senior player.
These two teams are blessed with size, Pete.
Yeah.
In other words, there's no real height advantage going either direction. Wren the steal, Wren the scoop. Brooklyn got fouled, but we'll get a couple of free throws here. I want to thank our buddy Brady Laurie and Laurie Law. Brady's been serving the citizens of Marion, Johnson, and surrounding counties for 25 years. If you or someone you know is in criminal trouble or has been injured, make the call to Brady for a consultation. Let Brady put his negotiating skills and court experience to work for you. Call 317-250-7783 or email BradyJLaurie@gmail.com. Brady Laurie, criminal defense and personal injury trial lawyer.
Carly Schrader back in from Northview for the juniors. Wren now 4 of 5 in the contest at the line, 4 of 6.
The ball will track down the loose ball for the juniors.
Okay, they're jumping into full court pressure right away. Then they switched up. Rossworm's got her. 1-3-1 trap. 1-3-1 trap. Didn't look like it, but it was. Good ball screen at the top to get her open.
Well, up in the lane shot. Does not go. Patterson got hands on it, but Ernst is able to snag it away. Rossworm catch and shoot. Got it. Rossworm's second made 3. She's got 9. It's now an 18-point lead for the seniors. And here comes the 1-3-1 when Rossworm is in the game. I'll tell you who has benefited from that 1-3-1. Ernst has been great playing the passing lanes.
Yeah, she anticipates really well, and she rotates well. She moves her feet good. That's a deep one.
The volleyball line does not go. Booker collects the loose change.
Her second field goal of the contest, Kamari Booker.
So a 20-point lead now for the seniors.
I think Coach Huppenthal is much better this second half with this team defensively, effort-wise. So the first half, there were a lot of players on the floor, a lot of loose balls, and both teams are going for it. Seniors are sort of flexing their muscle a little bit in the second half.
It's an 18-4 quarter in favor of the Indiana seniors. Patterson got, well, kind of night train lane, hang him high with the hit there coming across the middle.
She just got the drive right there, and boom. Rossworm doesn't give up anything easy. Nothing mean there or vicious, just trying to stop the ball and stop it with her arm. That's a foul.
Hook from the elbow, yes.
Boy, I like her game. She's her first in double digits for the juniors. She has 10 now.
And her first points of the half. She leads the juniors in scoring by a pretty wide margin. Remember, it's an equally wide margin for the seniors with an 18-point lead.
Good flare screen.
Rossworm shot blocked. Patterson got a piece of that, and now numbers for the team in blue. Leffler on the drive, sidesteps a defender, but again, just so much height trying to finish over in the paint for this senior team.
If you can't tell Brooklyn Wren if you're watching at home, she's 6'3", and she plays like a wing just because she's so fluid athletically. Coach
and a timeout going to be called by the Indiana seniors. Tonight's game presented by our friends at 9-Star Connect. Who knew the 9-Star Connect, a local smart utility, has the fastest internet in the state? In fact, 9-Star can offer speeds up to 10 gig. Readying that from any other provider. Find out what so many others already know and call 9-Star today. 9-Star Connect, Indiana's fastest internet. Who knew? 9-Star congratulates Kenzie Cook of Eastern Hancock and Ada Hupp for Petaluma Heights for playing in today's game.
Just got a fist pump from Micah Shrewsbury, the head men's coach at the University of Notre Dame.
I don't think that's a recruiting violation when you want to watch your son play for the Indiana All-Stars, right?
That's right. I
think that's legal.
It is legal. Yeah, as you take
and
a look there, Kenzie Cook. Coach Huppenthal getting every bit of teaching in and coaching in. Oh, Wren's open in the post. That would have been a nice direct pass if Ross would have looked for it, but knowing Coach Huppenthal, he's probably got a play set. Flare screen. Yep. And slip and a hold. Patterson held on the cut. Probably a pretty good foul there, because otherwise Wren's got 2 pretty easy points.
Graves will check back in for the juniors.
4th foul on.
That's the reason why.
On Kyla Patterson. I mean, she didn't give up anything, and she had both hands right there on the slip. Just like, oh my gosh, she's slipping. I better hold her. She got a layup.
Wren through Graves.
Nice left hand there. She read her defense, gave a little shoulder fake, and got that left hand open.
Wren with 8. Trader fires a 3, and that's good. Her second make. It's not been enough offense for the Indiana juniors here in quarter number 3. Playing time has been shared pretty evenly tonight for the Indiana seniors. Ernst is high-low to Wren. Wren couldn't finish. Schrader will track it down. Leffler got fouled. And Elliott will shoot 2. And Roncalli made the semi-state round last year. And made the state championship game this year. Did so with a couple of key pieces off their volleyball team that had graduated. Leffler missed from the line.
That was, not good. I was watching our camera. We watched her follow through. It did not go in. Wasn't that close.
And 0 for 2. The half-court heave does not go, and that's that for quarter number 3. At halftime, it was 6. At the end of 3 quarters, it's 17 in favor of the Indiana seniors in their lone tune-up for the battle against Kentucky on both Friday and Saturday. We're back in 60 seconds as you're watching on the ISC Sports Network.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
Man, if I beat Braden Smith and Pig, he's never going to live that down.
Dude, don't get your hopes up. Hey, Adam, it's your turn.
Oh, sorry, guys. Got to take this. All right, Braden, go easy on me.
Okay.
Sorry, man.
I guess for every hour, there really is Banks and Brower.
Whether it's criminal, family, personal injury, or immigration law.
You can call them anytime. Sorry, got a call.
Sorry.
There's Mike Menzer. Pretty good coach to his right as well, as in one of the McDonald's All-American coaches. You know something about that, too.
Is that Matt Moore?
Maybe Kurt Bench, too.
Oh, it's Kurt Bench. We look kind of like Matt Moore, only a little bit older than Matt
The
Moore.
Benj family got to coach in the McDonald's All-Star game. Stan a part of it as well this past spring.
Makes sense, yeah. I just wasn't thinking when I saw Michael Menzer there.
Michael now the new AD at Plainfield with Tori Rodke retiring. Congratulations, Tori. As Kevin Groniger now will be the head coach of the boys team. On the low block, give the assist to Lampley and give the bucket to Lanaya Wills with an and-one.
Strong move there, strong post play, and she went up with contact.
Of course, Michael, a former Indiana All-Star in his days at Batesville.
Oh, he's a good player at Indiana State, too.
Going to be an outstanding player for the late Royce Wallman at Indiana State.
Boy, Batesville had some good teams back then when he played. Good skip.
Shot blocked.
Wow.
And saved. And Wills off to the races. No. Lampley and Wills fight for the loose ball when Wills. Again, she'll fight everybody on the court for a rebound. It's what she does.
Yeah, but how about the play by Brooke Zarbin to start it? Blocked the shot, saved it inbounds. It's a Larry Burdish type play.
The lead for Larison from Cook. And those two are future teammates together at Ball State. Good chance to run through some called sets here.
Let's see what Joe's calling here.
Lampley could not finish, but draws contact and gets fouled.
I think that, yeah, I think what he was calling, if I was doing this as a scout and watching that play, he was definitely trying to get a shot, rightfully so, for Lampley. They cleared that weak side once she faked going to the block and then came back.
Well, Lola, of course, a graduate of Lawrence Central, and the folks from Lawrence Township Schools want to congratulate her. In Lawrence Township, excellence is more than a goal. It's the standard. Early learning centers to award-winning high school students experience future-focused learning through STEM, dual language education, career pathways, athletics, and performing arts. Enrollment for pre-K through grade 12 is now open. Learn more at ltschools.org. Cook gets the bucket to go. Cook has 12.
Leading scorer in the game right now, Cook, for the junior squad and in the game.
Shot blocked. That was Davis that took a tumble. Schwiener turns down the three. Cook's pass deflected again. Gilliard has lived in the passing lanes in this game. Turnover committed by the Indiana seniors. The game on Friday night at Lexington Catholic. We will not have coverage of the game in Kentucky on ISC. We'll have the action on Saturday night from Gamebridge. Girls game at 5, boys game at 7:30. And the bucket is good by Larison. So Larison's got 5, and it looks like a
violation.
Yep, slipped on the baseline on the inbounds pass to Indiana. And again, obviously you want this game to be competitive. Fans want to see that as they're watching the contest. But for the Indiana All-Stars, this is the tune-up before Kentucky. How should Coach Huppenthal and Mike Braun and company feel what they've seen from the seniors so far, Pete?
I think they've had a good challenge, that's for sure.
Gilliard for 3, her second field goal. And she's been active, just not in terms of knocking buckets down. 20-point lead for the seniors. Graves on the drive, and Graves gets fouled, and the McCutcheon star will shoot 2. And there are certain players you hear about for all 4 years of their career, and Lily is one of those.
Yeah, she sure is. She's a big piece of the block that Coach Kevin Stuckmeyer is going to have to fill next year, but that's a pretty rewarding when you win a state championship and go undefeated like the Trojans did this season. What a great season they had. Kevin, a former boys coach at Plymouth High School.
Graves makes them both. So she's got 4. Gilliard turns down the open 3. Not a bad idea.
It was the right choice, yes.
Got a little too far into the bucket.
Yeah, might as well take it 2, but.
Sees part for Cook and missed the easy layup, but able to track it down. Backdoor cut for Schwederman, just couldn't complete the pass.
But she found a way to thread that needle. She did. Schwederman just couldn't quite hold on to it. Boom, that's a pretty good pass. I don't know if her arm got, I think her arm got held just a little bit, so Schwederman couldn't extend and fully get it there. But she's a magician with a basketball. Kenzie Cook.
Hupfer, Schnauz, and Schrader all return for the juniors.
Good pull up.
On the elbow. That does not go for Zartman. And of the Warsaw duo, Bricker wears 7, Zartman wears 8. Graves lost the handle. Gets it back. Hupfer. Eventually turns it over. On the low block, that's Gilliard. Gilliard is always around the ball, isn't she?
She is. She's got 7 points all in the second half.
And doesn't have to be ball dominant, just to get knows where to be.
Yeah.
Knows how to play the game.
Okay, one set, double high post. And one of the blocks will go down. Hupfer's going to go down, which she should. She's an outstanding post player. Seals really well. Good flash.
Schnauz. Tough shot. Wills gets the rebound.
Oh, good hesitation to get to the basket.
Freed up space, but didn't get the finish. Gilliard again. Zartman for 3. Again, those two shooters from Warsaw, and frankly others on the team, when you would see kind of a shot like that, you start going to the other end of the floor. You knew it was going down. Graves. How much offense can you install in a couple of days like this, Pete?
Not a lot. You talk about floor spacing, making sure you have 2 players on each side so that the floor is spaced. You try to get a set, like a common set, which Joe's calling 5 a lot of times. And then I think he's using numbers to kind of tell who he wants to get the ball to. Nice finish.
Count the buckets. That's Gilliard. He's up to 9 points. Again, only Lola Lampley has double figures for the seniors.
Look at the basket cut, cuts right across Graves. When you let a player cut across your face defensively, this is what you're asking for. Finished with contact. So we see Pat McKee with the camera right underneath there. Probably got a good shot of Grayson on that baseline, laying on the floor after connecting on the shot.
Gilliard stays on the floor. Kamari Booker, Brooklyn Wren. KK Holman. Jocelyn Bricker return to the floor. But now Gilliard exits as Rossworm checks back in. So Gilliard 10, Lampley 12. On the juniors, Cook has a dozen. Here's something that should bode well for Indiana. This is a talented junior squad. They're sitting on 41 points.
No, they played super. Yeah, they gave up 26. The senior team did at halftime. Done a really good job defensively here since the halftime break. That 20-9 third quarter kind of put it out of hand for the seniors here.
Fans continue to file in here.
Wanted
see this level of crowd.
Wanted to see Luke Ertl, Mr. Basketball, headed to Purdue, his final game on his home court, legitimately, with his referees.
Wren got it, and the foul. Wren now in double figures as well. I think if you're Coach Hopenthal, you're going to be feeling pretty good about now, Pete.
No, the second half's been really good. They've executed the flow. I was a little critical of them in the first half. They just didn't seem to mesh on offense. In the second half, they've done much better. Getting the ball inside, shot selection's been a little better. Finishing around the basket's been a little better there, although she couldn't knock the free throw in.
Leffler for 3, got it. Her second made 3. Bricker, the triple. Her first field goal, she's got 5 points.
You know, Bricker's done so many good things in this game that hard to believe that's her first field goal, but she's made some really outstanding passes, some good defensive plays. finally gets on the board field goal wise. She has a free throw also go to that 3-pointer.
And Pete, you know, it's kind of to a degree of what we thought. You know, it was such a balanced kind of race for the all-star team for Miss Basketball. No players got more than 12 for the seniors tonight. It's not one player carrying the show. Schnaus, not that time. She'll get a couple of free throws.
No, they've got so many weapons. I know in the pregame I talked about who their shooters were. Bricker, Zartman, Ernstes. You know, they have good size. Booker, Wren, Wills. They have quickness in Holman and Davis. They've got good defenders in Rossworm and Barnes. And I didn't even talk about number 1 and number 2, Grayson Gillard and Lola Lampley, who are just, they do it all. They can do it all as Patterson checks back in for the juniors there, number 14. Peyton Duvall's on the other side of that free throw lane. We haven't called Peyton's name very often from Franklin Central, but she's a promising 6'3" junior.
We'll see Franklin Central, the Hall of Fame Classic, coming up on Monday, December the 21st on the ISC Sports Network. Not far from here in Mount Vernon, over in Newcastle. Blocking foul called against Leffler. 2 free throws coming up.
I bet you Leffler can't wait until she gets that nose brace off and the broken nose.
She's playing for that for so long. I kind of think that's kind of part of her
now. Does she? Okay. She plays all the time. I did not get to see Roncalli play this year, so she always plays with that. Wow.
You kind of think big game James. Once he put the goggles on, they never came off.
Well, that's
kind of the same thing for Elliott.
I had a player throw it at me in the first quarter of a game. I said, you can't play. Your doctor said you can't play if you don't put that on there. Obviously, Elliott's enjoyed wearing it, so I apologize. She's gotten used to it. Sam Gardner could not when he played for me.
And Sam is now what?
He's now the head coach at Guerin Catholic, where I coached him at.
In other words, he overcame it.
He did overcome it, yeah. Good step through.
Less than 3 to play. Turnover committed by the juniors. And now for the juniors, these players will all kind of go back to their teams as team month is underway in terms of high school basketball.
Yeah, a lot of team camps they'll attend. Play some AAU and club ball.
AAU
good
ball
seal.
Get July.
Really good seal.
High school team in this month of June. Rossworm, shot blocked. Schrader's been impressive.
Yes.
And again, Northridge, sectional champ.
Northview. Right, talking about Carly Schrader? Mm-hmm. Yeah, Schrader, Northview. I thought you said Northridge, my bad. Good
Correct,
seal.
Northview.
Yeah.
Completely different place.
Yeah, Wren
different part of the state.
Came down on the foul there. Usually you can get away with it if you're vertical. So that's something she'll have to kind of get adjusted to in the college game. But she's going to be playing players. I'm talking about Brooklyn Wren that's going to have very similar size when you're playing in the Kansas in the Big 12 still, right? They changed that name of that league?
They're still in the Big 12. They have not left.
There you see the replay. We got it right there.
Duval misses them both. Out of bounds. It'll be senior all-star basketball. With the conclusion of this game, we will name our blue-collar player of the game, brought to us by Boilermakers Local 374. We'll give our crew a breather before the boys' game that will follow about 25 minutes after the conclusion of this one.
Screen.
Holman, a contested shot and got it to go.
You know, we haven't called her name, but very often in this game, she's just kind of quietly did her work, hasn't looked to shoot. That time, that's the first time she's aggressively tried to look to shoot and knocks it down.
KK gets the bucket. One of some outstanding teams at Hamilton Southeastern. And they won their sectional this year, got ousted in the regional round of the tournament at Hamilton Southeastern. Rossworm for 3. Holman. Wren.
Oh, that's a wonderful look. I say that most of the time you would tell your player, just go back up with it, but she saw the better player around the basket to score, Wren, and got it, found her. Nice assist.
This, folks, was a 6-point game at halftime.
Yeah, a lot for the seniors to build on this second half. Defensively, we had to shut them down, and a lot of touches and a lot of different players have scored here. My score sheet has a lot of red, which means third and fourth corner baskets by a lot of different players as you take a look at Coach Huppenthal.
Mari Booker comes out of the game. No need to track that down, but I love the hustle to make the effort to go get it that time by Bricker. With exactly 60 ticks of the clock left to go. On the girls' side, the Indiana-Kentucky series has been very level the last few years. This is a pretty stacked Indiana roster. Boys team has been dominant for some time against Kentucky. Girls looking maybe for a sweep over these next couple of games this weekend. Ernstus had the early buckets for the seniors.
Pretty athletic play by Patterson to just tip that ball over Rossworm, who's a heck of an athlete.
There are few games in which she is not the most athletic player on the floor. That was the case against the juniors. Maybe not as much in this game. But you get to next year and everybody's the same age, we may be having that conversation again. Closing stages of this one. That three does not go for Leffler. In the second half, the advantage for the seniors, 46-20.
You know, in the second half, they dominated the boards too. The first half, the juniors did a nice job battling them. But the height advantage, I think, and just the strength of the seniors, the second half dominated. Nice pass for layup here by Wren to her teammate at Kansas, Molly Ernstus.
Gets the bucket. She's got 7, and that will be that. Indiana seniors dominate this one by a score of 80-46. Let's recognize our blue-collar player of the game, brought to us by Boilermakers Local 374. Become a Union Boilermaker. Be on your way to a great career. Find out more when you log on to local374.org. Lola Lampley with 12 points gets the nod as our player of the game.
Well, she really came out in the third quarter. 6 of her points in that third quarter got them off to a great start, which led to a 48-20 score second half, seniors versus the juniors. By 28 points, they outscored a junior team that was in the game at halftime, but all seniors the second half.
Very balanced scoring effort. Lampley 12 points as well for Brooklyn Wren. 10 for Grayson Gilliard, all in the second half. Kenzie Cooks 12 led the way for the Indiana juniors. Tonight's game on the ISC Sports Network, presented by Banks and Brower. For every hour, there's Banks and Brower. By Brady Law, your criminal offense and personal injury trial lawyer. By Duke Holmes, many promise, we deliver. By the Ed Martin Automotive Group, the only name you need to know. By the Fountain Room, voted one of America's 50 most beautiful restaurants. By Lawrence Township Schools. Learn more about Lawrence Excellence at ltschools.org. And by 9-Star Connect, Indiana's fastest internet who knew. And Unranked Hoops, Indy's first Euro-style basketball academy. Check out unrnkd.com. That'll do it for game number 1. Game number 2. Looks like we'll start somewhere around 7:55. Our coverage will begin in approximately 15 to 20 minutes for game number 2. But for now, a temporary goodbye from Mount Vernon, where the Indiana seniors took control at half number 2 and ran away from the Indiana juniors. Your final score, seniors 80, juniors 46. Thanks for watching on ISC.
Hey, it's Query.
And I'm Schultz.
And each and every week in podcast form, video form from the ISC Sports Network, we do Query and Schultz, brought to you by Bailey & Wood, the fine folks south side of Indianapolis, but serving all of central Indiana for the best mortgage rates.
And, of course, we record right here at Chilly Water Brewing Tap Room and our friends at Hoagies and Hops, 42nd and Boulevard, right here in Indianapolis. We're talking Colts, we're talking Pacers, we're talking Hoosiers, we're talking Boilers, and we're hanging with you.
We talk the tall and the short of it, right, is what we do.
Whatever, man. Every Tuesday night, 7:30.